There is this thing that they call father. You understand? This fatherhood thing is a very strange mystery. I'm particular about fathers. I fight for them, I defend them, and I'll always do that. That one, I'll not change my stand on it. Yes, I'll always fight, defend fathers. But lately, God has been communicating with me in some things. As a God's prophet that is burdened, about the kingdom. Genuinely, when I pray, I feel burdened. Burden of the Lord. And I thank God that Reverend Eastwood's video came out. So the whole point is that, you see, I love fathers and honor fathers. But when you check the meaning of fathers, it means what? I've taught you many times. The father, the Greek is pater. That means what? A source. And I've told you that anytime they call you a father, is what? Responsibilities. So when they say daddy, know that a kind and a So a father is actually a responsibility, a source. You are the one that provides for people. So when we come to spiritual fatherhood, it's the same thing. You see, Jesus said something when they asked him that, in whose authority are you doing all these things? And he says that, I am in the authority of my what? Of my Father who is in heaven. So Christ himself, everything he was doing on earth. Listen very carefully, Steve. It was because of a father who was sponsoring him. That's what he was trying to say. My permission and the power, because I told you in those days, you are not permitted to operate. You must register your religion or your belief under the Roman law. If they don't know you, you are an outcast. So Jesus was saying that what I'm doing, I have an authority from above in whom I am operating. Our Master Jesus had a father who was sponsoring him. Now, a spiritual father in our dispensation has been abused because a real spiritual father, he's the one that feeds you and becomes a source to help you fulfill your ministry. That's what the spiritual father does. So a father who does nothing to support your ministry whatsoever is not a spiritual father. There's no personal impact. There are people, it's my father. But you see, check and see, the man has not done anything. And it's very sad. And many men of God that the Lord is calling now, they are all suffering. They are in serious pain. When I was praying about this issue, I began to cry. And the Lord said, it's not you, that's the tears of the men. It was a burden. He said, the tears of the men. And thank God, God used the mouthpiece of Reverend Eastwood, who is an apostle of our time, to spread this message in the body. Before you call somebody a father, a bishop, or somebody, you have to send a seed. I am an ardent giver with all humility. You know that. I respectfully say I give like I'm mad. And I sow into the father's life like nothing. I told you when Archbishop was coming, I gathered all of you. Let us go and sow into it to support their ministry, not our ministry. Any man of God who comes to town and I'm led, I gather funds to go and just give. And you are witnesses. But you see, it's an error that for a young man of God to want to have a father who will mentor him and help him genuinely, he would have to go to the pain of looking for a seed. And these men, you can't carry any ordinary seed to them. They have seen it all. So you have to try and impress them with hefty amount before you can be accepted as a son. So the young men who don't have that money to give, genuinely who want to be part of these fathers, maybe, daddy, they can come for counseling, or you can shape them in ministry and all that, or mentor them. Because they don't have that money, they cannot do what? They can't. So those of us who don't have enough money, we are regarded as outcasts. Yes. And though you have the heart, and this man, we fight. We don't know that we fight. Just a father's case doesn't happen. You see me, go Clement. Now I'm fast. Right, baby? I've seen it here many times. Even their own sons will be. One day, mommy said, these fathers you fight for. My wife said, you fight for these fathers. Even I've seen some of theirs. They don't even say it on Facebook. But why are you talking? My wife has said it to me about 2 times. They say, I know this young man of God. I know this is his father. The man has gone to preach for him. I know. I don't want to mention him. So this man of God, a bishop, and this is his son. But when the bishop's case came, we didn't see the son living on Facebook writing like the way you are defending the father. My wife told me that. And you have been saying it, with all humility. So me, fathers, if you touch them, if you touch them, you have touched me. But there's an error. There's an error. I know some of them are willing to, but it has become like that. And some of us who are genuinely, even we love them from far from our heart. God knows our heart. We love them from far. We don't want anything. At least, God bless you. You are doing well and all that. That's it. You will not get it until you have money. And some of us who are in these rural areas, people think my ministry is in Accra. They say, some men of God lately tried to send me a text to relate with me. Man of God, we have been watching your videos. We want to be part of your, God bless you. And as I also am led, I test the express. You are good. Let's flow. Somewhere in the north, other areas, BA. And I saw he was in the Brongahafo region, a young man of God. So you give him my line, the office line. Once a while, I will say hello to him. You understand? Those of us who are in these small villages and all that, they don't regard us. Some of these men of God who linked up with me, they think I'm in Accra. I'm not in Accra. When I say, they say, hey, really? I'm not in Accra. They are all surprised. And I'm sure those who are watching me now, they will also be surprised that I'm not there. I'm not in Accra. I'm in Western Region. And I'm not in Takoradi City. I'm not in Takoradi, the big city in Takoradi. I'm in a village. Network. We don't come live because of what? Network. Now my phone, I can't even access. And so I started. I said, how can this man be there if the Lord is doing these things? You understand? It is just the grace of God. Like Apostle Johnson, a schoolman in Auchi, is not in the main OTAZ, but the Lord began to announce him. This should also be a motivation to pastors in the rural areas. You can cry in the wilderness, but they will hear. May that unction come upon you also. So the whole thing is that pastors who are in those rural areas, they are not regarded. Be a young man of God in a small town. No father will say, this is my son. Yeah. What's it then? That's true. Yeah. Be a young man of God in a big city doing well with money. Say, that's my son. You see my son there? He's the one who is doing well there. They would want to associate with you. But you see, the Bible says, for they are treasures in earthen vessels. People who look unassuming, who nobody thinks something great can come out of it. Can something good come out of what? Nazareth. He says, come and see. Daddy Isu's video says that it was Archbishop who spotted him in Bolga. Even now, people don't like Bolga. Listen to this analogy. Even now, people don't like Bolga. True or false? If they say Bolga and Tema, choose one. You choose Tema because you know Bolga enough. Even now, just imagine those days. What you are saying? 20-something years ago, 15 years ago, Bolga. But an archbishop who was a mighty apostle in Ghana, international man, he spotted one Reverend Eastwood. In his own words, who was nothing. He said he picked him up. He preached on international stages. In this dispensation, many bishops are killing some Reverend Eastwoods. And you see, when they got to me that many of these bishops, in their days, they had help. So God told me that. You see, I'm very careful about saying these things. God told me that in their days, the help they had. Some of us, can you just point and say one microphone or something? A father has bought it for me for just coming. If you can just point that. There's nobody. That is why I said I'll never be a some way spiritual father to anybody, any of the guys who come and the doctors who just come around. I said that I would have to be a blessing. There are some fathers, you follow them 10 years, 5 years. When I show you shoe crown, you will not say get a shoe. I'm telling you.